Speaking of still being competitive, we got 2 more topics to get to before we close down this topic, and one of them is the MLS disciplinary committee recommends suspensions following New York City FC Toronto altercation. What the heck happened? 3 games for Richie Laria, 2 games for Prince Owusu, 2 games for Strahinja Tenisijevic, 1 game for Sean Johnson, 1 game for John Herdman, and a whole lot of fighting. Did you guys see what happened? Hear what happened?
Dude, it was like the cartoons where like a big dust ball is happening, like you couldn't see anything.
All I know is that I never seen, our guy CJ or Sean Johnson just like lose it like that. Like
I've never seen him that mad before. The milkman usually stays right.
No, the milkman. Someone told something to the milkman to piss him off that much.
Something bad was said. Now you look at this extremely Eastern European player that he was mad at, and you jump to some conclusions, but there hasn't been a lot of rumors about what was said.
But the fact that Sean Johnson was held back, broke free, and ran up to the guy and was like screaming at him in his face tells me so that it was on some personal level. So, and I think
it got him.
I never seen him that pissed off. And you know what? The milkman, overall, he's an awesome dude.
What is it with Toronto and New York teams? Do you remember the big fight in the tunnel with Josie and Slasha Kleshton and stuff?
I don't know. Man. It's so probably someone said, "Hey, we make better pizza in Toronto," and I kicked it off.
I don't know, man. And then here's the best part of all this is that John Herdman, the man that the predecessor to Jesse Marsh, he literally said that what's his name? Nick Cushings or whatever punched a 19-year-old in the face 2 months ago. Like out of fucking nowhere. He's like,
and they didn't report it to the league?
Yeah, so what is it? No, nothing.
So was that like a whole we're gonna interview John Herdman and he just flat out just said that?
Either that or there was Twitter beef or something. I heard some of this secondhand. I didn't get to see all the comments.
That's wild. That's almost like those football players, Malik Neighbors and the LSU quarterback. I forget who it is.
You know what?
A bet to have for $10,000, and they put it out on a podcast, and then NFL's like, you can't bet $10,000, and they're like, oh shit, okay, we won't do that, and they're like, look at each other. We won't do that. The bet's off the table.
You know what this reminds me of?
Allegedly.
When you're punching a 19-year-old.
What?
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
What's that?
This is some Peter Novak stuff.
Oh no!
I love Piotr. Piotr's the best.
Oh man, got him.
Oh man, so beyond the fight. The fight's fun, whatever. Yeah. Unless something really disgusting was said, then it's not
to precipitate this.
That's the question. But
how many games the guy?
Something set Sean Johnson off. Something made Sean Johnson erupt.
How many games does that guy got suspended?
1.
So everybody got 1 game.
He's the only guy that was suspended from New York.
I'm telling you, man, they're gonna investigate. Either nobody's gonna say anything, or the league's gonna come back and say, after further investigation, we have decided to increase the match ban for 2, 3, whatever it is.
Right now, he's got 1 game.
We'll see. I haven't heard anything about it. But then what?
Did Sean
what do you
Johnson
do with this?
Play for New York?
No. Well, he did. He played for New York City for a long time.
Did he play with Strahinja?
No idea. And thank you for pronouncing that.
Strahinja Tenisijevic.
Is this
exactly?
What about the deadbeat dad? Did he get involved?
Forsberg. Jesus.
No, that's the wrong New York.
That's New York.
Wrong New York.
Hashtag fuck them kids.
Speaking of the wrong New York, San Diego getting the wrong player. I mean, this guy should have been destined for Chicago. Sergio.
You want 38-year-old
Dude, I want Sergio Ramos. I want
Yes.
someone who's a
They
rival.
say we're not a retirement league, right?
Yeah, I want somebody to take out Messi. Like when he comes here, Sergio Ramos, he's gonna be
Look,
like,
man.
"Oh shit, Sergio might take me out."
It's not
And then
gonna
laugh
be
about it.
it's not gonna be Sergio Ramos. It's gonna be some second year player, fresh out of college, that he's gonna say, you know what, this is my moment to shine.
Somebody on a
And-
4-day deal from the MLS2 side.
Yep. Freaking takes out Messi's knee and that's it.
Oh God,
That's what I think.
Sergio Ramos, I actually is doing the damn thing. He started for was he at Sevilla? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, but he started like most of the games. He played well. Like he still got it, and it like maybe he doesn't have the speed, but he still has the footwork, man. He's still tall, and he's still a motherfucker.
He did
I
play
mean,
for
He's
Sevilla.
not gonna shrink.
He
He's
did
not
play-
gonna shrink, guy. He's still tall. No, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like I'm kind of for this. Like, let him play another year or two, man. Like, let's do this.
for for San Diego.
Would you take
Wait.
Sergio Ramos, or would you take 3 Cucho Hernandezes?
Three
Okay, but you
Cuchos.
can't
Three
sign- you
Cuchos.
You
Oh,
can't
yeah.
sign 3 Cuchos. That means
Why
you
not?
No, I'm just saying 3 Cucho caliber players.
Yeah,
Yes.
that means you hit on 3 guys cheap enough to get on a roster that are that good. You're crazy.
It
Like,
happens. Other teams do it.
I'm in. I mean, look at Columbus.
it doesn't just happen. They just don't fall out of the sky.
Let me ask you this. Would you sign Messi,
Yes.
or would you take 5 Acosta players, the one from Cincinnati?
Messi.
Oh, that's
One
so
Messi.
dumb, dude. Of course, like no. If you had 5 players that
No.
good at their position, you're
Yeah.
winning MLS Cup like Miami is.
I don't care. I'll
Like-
take Messi.
You
Yeah,
know what?
okay, fair.
I know.
For the
I'll take Acosta because I'm thinking long term.
Yeah, I agree there, but I'm taking Messi all day.
There
man.
is no need to think long term. It's a salary cap league. You can go from worst
As
to
soon as
first. unless you're in Chicago.
Messi leaves his Miami team, that's it, buddy.
Oh, it's gonna
Miami-
crumble. They're gonna have the dark
They're gonna,
ages.
they're gonna go back to the bottom.
It's gonna
they're
be
gonna
the
go-
dark ages.
This makes me hope that Messi's going to be here next season so that he can
he
play
will.
Ramos, right?
Well, but here, hold on. Before we even get into the Messi versus Ramos, which will be the most orgasmic thing on the planet next season, let's think about this rationally though. As San Diego, you have 3 DPs to sign to start your life in the
Yep.
league.
Neymar.
They're looking at Chucky Lozano, right?
Neymar.
And
Oh my gosh.
I think they'll make that happen.
Yep, they will.
And
much rather have
but-
Neymar.
Are you well, no shit? But are you signing a 38-year-old defender as a DP? Because that's the only way you're getting Ramos over
Well,
here.
2 years of him, wouldn't you
Oh.
take it? But like, that's like a guy
What
like
if- what if-
Chiellini.
What if they convince Ronaldo to come?
I don't think he's.
If he's
don't
allowed to
think
come,
we'll-
let's live under
yeah.
that.
Oh
let's-
yeah, never mind.
If he's
Never mind.
allowed to come, yes.
Too soon.
I don't think he'll ever come to MLS for that
No.
specific reason. I
Nope,
That'd be
think.
nope,
crazy.
nope.
The Roman Polanski thing, like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. He'll.
Well, the Roman
He'll-
Polanski thing is crazy, and the allegation. But who knows? At this point, I just don't know. We don't know if it's true or not. It seems strange.
I don't even know what the real story is. I have very bits and pieces, and I'd rather not with Ronaldo anyway, man. Messi is enough of a circus, and it's a more wholesome, good time of a circus,
Isn't it?
I feel like
He
Ronaldo
doesn't
might
even
come.
speak English. It's kind of cute.
But here's the thing: look at what Miami's doing. Messi would not come here and not win. Ronaldo, I think, would come here and be fine being like Chicharito.
There's
like
no
a
way.
star
There's
bad
0% Ronaldo would come here and not win the league.
No, he wouldn't mind being a big star. on a bad
0%. He would win.
He'd be yeah.
Will he be
well,
another Gareth
depends.
Bale? He wouldn't be another Gareth Bale.
He'd be even better.
No, Gareth. Nah, I
be
I
way
think
better.
you're both off base, but
Way
no,
better.
he's still got the talent. Let's not kid
Yeah.
ourselves on that. But
He's approaching 900 goals, by the way.
right, well-
Exactly.
before we bounce out of here and start talking about the Fire, I want to say one thing. I was right. Messi hates the new you have to sit out 2-minute rule, just like I did.
Yes!
Yeah, look at that prima donna. What do you expect?
Prima donna, just
I
like
told you.
he
And,
hates
you know,
it.
and I will say this because I know all the Messi marks out there are gonna probably watch this, and they're gonna give us likes and they're gonna give us views, and that's all fun and good. So yes, I will say this: Messi's mad because he's not getting his way.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm with you, DPG, and I am a big Messi fan. But in
Hold on.
fuck Messi. Fuck him. Because what a little bitch. And so is Luis Suarez, which is the real thing that they're pissed at. Basically, Luis Suarez got called walking his fat, slobby ass, sucking on his lollipop, walking over to the sideline, and he got called not getting there in time for the substitution rule. That's what they're really complaining about. Tata's like, I don't know about this new rule. I never explained it to these guys. Yes, he's Bela Lugosi in my mind. But because
Dude,
let them figure it out, and they'll figure it out. Like Luis Suarez, you can't figure out to walk. He walked purposely to the one far side instead of just walking off to the side like he knew he could have. He was being an asshole. So fuck him. I'm talking about Luis Suarez. But Messi, what happened to Messi is a lot different. What happened to Messi is he got fouled. And he was saying that, like, if they're going to give him a yellow card and it's going to be one that takes me out of the game potentially for 2 minutes, like, that penalizes our team for me getting hurt on them yellow card fouling us, which is an egregious foul. And that is a problem. That is kind of something that they have to figure out and potentially mitigate, right?
But you know what it is that, you know, even before Messi, you know, some of these more or less, some of these more higher caliber DPs would normally get preferential treatment by the refs with such situations like that.
Oh yeah.
You know, so the fact that the ref didn't do that this time, it's more or less it comes to a shock to fragile Messi. So me personally, I think, you know what, the ref did what he was supposed to do. Messi wants to cry and bitch about it and make it known to the world that he hates the new rule, then let him cry and complain about it.
Exactly.
How are you going to accuse a guy of complaining that he's not getting his own way when he's leading the league in assists and goals?
True.
And his team is in first place?
Hey, no one's above the law.
It's a dumb rule.
And
it's a dumb rule.
No. And then he's complaining he's not getting the calls. Like, oh, please. He's leading the league.
Michael Jordan
in goals
used to complain
and
he ain't getting calls, dude. That's just what stars do.
It's true.
Speaking about what stars do, we're gonna go do some of that before we come back and talk about this next about the Fire's 3-1 defeat in St. Louis.
Oh,
yep.
Abysmal.
Oh.
Yep. All right.
Stick around, I promise. We'll have fun talking about it.
And kick that like button for Enemies of Fire, and we'd love to read your comments. What was the part where you're like, Let us know.